everyone, we are here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks for tuning in because I don't think I've ever been so excited about a soap in my life. Bradley and I are in Philadelphia today to see Ed Sheeran because we're a huge Ed Sheeran fan. And since we were in the area, I thought I would do a little sightseeing and share with you guys Philadelphia. In case you don't know who Ed Sheeran is, we can't be friends. But if you're not, at least you'll understand where I'm coming from with this and maybe appreciate the design of the soap. So stay tuned after the video for some footage of Philadelphia and our time here. But for now, let's get soaping and make some Ed Sheeran soap. So if you are not familiar with who Ed Sheeran is, let me help you. I have him here today to help me soap, so don't fret. Please welcome Ed Sheeran. Or the pop doll of Ed Sheeran. So it gives you an idea of what he looks like. He's got ginger hair, he wears glasses, sometimes he's got his guitar, and he's got a lot of tattoos. I don't know if you can see that, but he is like covered in tattoos, which I'm not a huge fan of all of those tattoos, but you know, some people just like that. I don't know. But when he covers up, you can't even tell he has tattoos, so it's okay. Alright, so I have my oils in here all melted down. At room temperature, I'm adding my lye solution with a little bit of sodium lactate, buttermilk powder, and kaolin clay in there. I'm going to give this a whirl, and we'll see what we're getting into today. Okay, so I've been dying to do this soap. Like, I came up with this idea a few months ago and it's been killing me to make it. But I wanted to wait until after we went to the show for my birthday to make it so I could talk to you guys about it. It just made sense to me. So the bottom of the soap I want to look like his skin color and his tattoos. The top of it is going to be like his hair and I don't know what I'm doing here. His hair, and then he'll have like guitar, and maybe I'll put his glasses on there. And let me think. I'm gonna set this to the side. So distracted right now. Alright, so before I do anything else with this batter, I am going to pour it off into these little containers of like primary colors here for his tattoos. And it's just going to be a little bit of a drop swirl into each one. I'm not doing a whole bunch of color in this soap because I don't want him to look like a rainbow. I just want him to look like he has tattoos. So we'll just pour off each one of those. I'm going to be using my small 3-pound molds for this because I want the tall and skinny. Can I make it? And don't make a mess. Alright, alright. I want it to look like the tall, you know, skinny soaps and not the short, wide ones. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit more into this container. We'll call that a day. Set them to the side. Look at the mess I've created. Probably get some of that up. Alright. And then to the main bucket, I'm adding some honey blush mica powder from Nurtures, and when I used this on the troll soap that I did, I really liked how the color turned out. It was like the perfect skin tone. So I'm going to start with a little bit of that and mix that in. Just a little bit, and we'll start there. Alright, that looks like a skin tone to me. So I am done with the kitchen vibrator, so I'm just going to scrape that off and put it to the side, and then I'm going to add the fragrance. And the fragrance is by Wholesale Supplies Plus. It is called Ginger Orange because he's a ginger. Or if you're American, he has reddish orange hair. So I thought, hey, that is the perfect scent to me. I think that just goes so well with the soap. Just a little more of a pun on top of it. Alright, so I'm only adding that fragrance to this main batter, and it's going to be lightly scented, and it smells just like ginger and orange. It's a kind of a Bath and Body Works dupe, I guess. They have an energizing blend. So let me mix that in. So you guys, huge dork, obviously, because I'm making a Ed Sheeran soap, but I have seen him 3 times. And every single time I've gone to Philly. First 2 times were okay tickets, and I was like, alright, I don't need to do this anymore. I've seen them. I've seen, you know, different records or different albums that he's played for each one. So there's no sense in seeing him for a 3rd time. But then he announced his North American tour again right after I just saw him in like October of last year, and tickets went on pre-sale, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna see what tickets I get. You know, I'm probably not gonna buy them. And I'm like, it'll be my birthday though, so I can probably treat myself. And I hit the best available ticket, and it came up floor. Field seating on the floor in a huge stadium. So I was like, oh, I can't pass that up. I have got to do this. So I hit buy. And that's what I planned for my birthday, and it was like a whole year out I had to wait in order to see him. But it was so worth it. I think I need to add a little more blue to that. I think. Let me go get that. Alright, so I mixed all my colors up, and I just want to pour in the base of the soap. And then I'm going to drop some of these colors in from up above. So pour them up each almost all the way, and then color. So anyway, I bought these tickets, and I'm like, you know, I have to do it. It's my birthday. It's floor seats, as close as I've ever been. I can't not do that. And I might as well just make a day out of it. Poor Bradley, because he's seen Ed Sheeran once, and he's not like dying to see him for a 2nd time. Gotta love the nice boyfriends that take their, or husbands, because there was a lot of boyfriends there, that take their girlfriends and wives to Ed Sheeran concerts. And the dads, there was lots of super dads, as Ed Sheeran pointed out there too. But I enjoyed myself. It was one of the best concerts. So making a day out of Philly, very stressful. Cities stress Bradley and out big time. Alright, I'm going to scrape this out, and then I'm going to add in my colors. Alright, let's swirl some color in here. So driving in the city is very stressful, and that's what we did. Very expensive to park in the city. Everything is like one way, so if you don't know where you're going, it's not easy to maneuver around the city. And then parking is like $30 per garage to park in after you've driven around the parking garage twice looking for, well, a spot. And I'm just randomly dropping, randomly making a mess into the soap. Come on. I think half the red like fell over the table in that case. I gotta clean that up. Oh, Tiara. I'm so good at this. Get in there. Alright, I can do better on the green, I think. I don't know, Bradley and I just aren't interested in driving around Philly ever again, to put it lightly. We even got into a little argument that kind of ruined my day. We were just yelling at each other because we couldn't find parking and no one was paying attention, and we were just really stressed out. And I was like, ugh, I'm in a bad mood now. Until a bird pooped on his head. And then I was like, all right, I'm all better. It was so funny. I couldn't laugh because he was trying to make me feel better. And then he's like, we have to go. We have to go get a napkin. And I'm like, why do you need a napkin? He's like, a bird just pooped on my head. I'm like, oh, you're welcome. Poor Bradley. All right, I'm gonna scrape out each one of my little containers of color here. And then I'm gonna get the hair part together. Because he has orange hair or ginger hair or he's a redhead, whatever, I'm going to put some neon nuclear orange powder on there, and it's going to be vibrant. Alright. First stop for Philly, I tried to make a checklist. We didn't get everything done, obviously, because it's like an hour-and-a-half drive to Philly. And then once you get there, by the time you find parking, by the time you walk everywhere, it's just like, where'd all the time go? But the first stop we went to is the Mutter Museum, and a lot of people had recommended this to me. A lot of my friends had said it is so worth it, go to the Mutter Museum. Well, not something I am typically into. So if you are not into medical things or weird scientific-y crazy medical stuff, if you have a very weak stomach, do not go to the Mutter Museum. It is not for the faint of heart. But we went just to say we did it, and we went to go visit the soap lady. Yes, there is a soap lady there. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on why she's called the soap lady, but this, my friends, is the soap lady. And it's really gross. But yeah, this is actually soap. They had this for sale in there, and I'm like, I have to get it. So the first thing I saw when I walked in is the soap lady. And the soap lady got her name because she underwent a transformation in which her body fat turned into something called adipocere, which is a waxy substance with a soap-like consistency. And it occurs naturally in the soil conditions where she was buried. And it's called saponification. So that is how she got her name. How disgusting is that? But she's in there on display in a case, and she's called the soap lady. How fitting. There's also like Albert Einstein's brain in there. There's a lot of like abnormalities, like birth defects. If you have like giantism or, you know, double heads, there's just gout and skulls and tumors and all kinds of things all over the specimens, everything that you could possibly think of. So if you have a faint heart, don't go to the Mutter Museum. But we did. And then I was like, well, we're not eating after that. Let's go explore some more because I don't think I can eat after that. Alright, let me get the hair together and we'll go from there. So I think I'm going to start this by mounting it on the top of this loaf. And then I have a grass tip cake icing tip thing for grass that I'm going to put some squigglies on there to look like hair. So I'm going to play around with this a lot until I get what I want, or I make a big mess, whichever comes first. It always looks like cheese. So after the Mutter Museum, we decided to go walk around Independence Hall, and there's like the Liberty Bell there. If you've never been to Philly, there's lots and lots of American history. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's some sort of statue or building that represents the founding of America, from like the Constitution to the Declaration and all that fun stuff. It's all the knowledge you can possibly acquire is going to be in Philly with all the museums there. And while we were walking around, those parks they have there. They have like squirrels everywhere in the city. I just didn't expect all the squirrels that I saw. And I saw someone feed a squirrel, and I was like, I need to do that. I don't have anything to feed a squirrel. Need to find something to feed a squirrel. And I did, and the squirrel was very, very hesitant, but I sat there, and I was like, you're gonna eat this, because I'm not leaving until you approach me. And it was so cool. I fed a squirrel. I have squirrels in my backyard, mind you. I feed them because they like to eat out of my trash and dig in my flower pots and break everything. But the squirrels in the city, you can feed out of your hand. And I was kind of like, is it going to bite me? And it didn't. It took it so sweetly. So yeah, I fed a squirrel, and Bradley got pooped on by a bird. So what else are you going to go to a city for? Alright. So one of the things on my list there to see is, or was, this candy shop. It's called Shane's Confectionery. And it says they're the oldest candy shop in America. They were founded in 1863. So I was like, well, we gotta go in there and buy some candy. And we did. We got some ice cream. It was chocolate chai ice cream. It was really good. And they serve it in this like little to-go carry-out Chinese carton-looking container. And I had some caramels. I bought some caramels. And it was just nice, a nice little shopping stop in Philly. I don't know why that was one of the things that I had to do, you know, me and my candy. You never would have thought I worked at a dental office. But, you know, I know, guy. And then we went and got dinner. So we didn't really get to do a whole bunch of stuff, because you could spend days in Philly with all the museums and all the shops and all the places to eat and things to see, and there's just so much to do in Philly. But by the time we drove around and walked around and got around, it was half a day gone. Alright, so I think this is good enough. Just like that. Get my corners. Clean that up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my icing bag and put some squiggly hair on top. Alright. Let's see what we can get with this. Kind of holding it up high and just kind of going all over the place with it. Might need a bigger, I don't know, maybe not. I thought like maybe I needed a bigger icing tip, but this might do. Yay, Ed Sheeran hair. I've been wanting to mess around with this grass tip for a while now, and I found a reason to. Oh, I like it. So the place we went to go eat was called Double Knot, and it was recommended by a friend if you like Japanese food. They have like that special dungeon area, like a speakeasy type thing in the basement that's very expensive, and we didn't do that. We did happy hour. And it's pretty much like a hole in the wall. We had so much trouble finding it. We walked past it a million times. It's not like a big sign in front of it. And you walk in and it's like all dark. But they had really good cocktails, and the prices for happy hour were really good. We got some sushi, we got some dumplings, and like a sandwich. It was really good. It was so worth it. The driving to and parking and trying to find it. Alright, squeezing the rest of this on top of here. Fix up the sides a little bit. Whoa! I lost my icing tip. I squeezed it too hard. Oh wow. Now that I've made a mess of that, I'm going to put these little guitar shapes on top. And I think I'm just gonna have them stick out. I think from the side-ish. We'll try that. Yay. Super happy with it so far. Just love this whole idea of making a soap look like a person. Alright. So yeah, I'm just gonna put all these embeds on, and then when I am done that, I have one final thing to put on, which are his glasses. And let me show you these embeds that painstakingly took me forever to make, but they are the cutest things. They're little glasses and they're made out of soap. How cool is that? They're gonna look great on the front of it. I think I nailed it. Alright, so I will let these sit for probably 24 hours. Come back and unmold them, and then we'll finish putting on the rest of the embeds. Super happy. So cute. Time to cut Ed Sheeran.
Good job.
Super excited. Are you ready?
No.
Look at that.
That's cool. Amazing.
Look how like that. Yeah, okay.
It's a tattoo.
Hoping it gets better as we cut it. I thought I put too much color in here, and I'm thinking it's just enough.
I think so too.
This is okay.
You're good. That's cute.
Yay. So how was the concert, Bradley? What did you think?
Well, we got to see Snow Patrol, so I'm happy.
So he had 2 opening acts. We didn't expect that. I heard Anne Marie was going to open up for him, which I was like, that's cool. You know.
Rockabye.
I'm not like a huge fan of her, but I didn't mind seeing her. But when I heard Snow Patrol was also opening for him, I was like, please, yes, I want Snow Patrol. And she came up, and I'm like, oh, we're not getting Snow Patrol, but we got them both.
Yep.
Like, how awesome is that? You don't usually get to go to a concert and there's 2 opening acts.
Not always.
Yeah. No, usually, I've always like had 1 opening act. I gotta say, like, that was the best Ed Sheeran concert ever. It rained.
It rained, yeah. We did get rained on.
That was an experience. It wasn't like pouring down rain. It was manageable. And there was a few annoying people in the audience.
As usual.
Yeah, there's always like those annoying people that are like behind you or in front of you, and they're just like kind of ruin it for you. But they're having fun, so you know, whatever. Let them have fun. Yay!
The backup singers are great.
Yeah, we had some backup singers behind us.
Oh yeah.
That also liked to commentary everything. And then there was this couple in front of us that...
Oh my god,
they were
those
like
people were crazy.
They were just jumping around and
they had been on so much drugs. There's no way.
They were grabbing each other's faces and like, it was weird. Picking each other up and...
Yeah, they kept on like stealing people's seats. It was a mess.
And then you're trying to watch the show and then you just see this head bouncing around in front of you the whole time.
He was very tall.
Yeah.
He was a very tall guy.
But I had a good time. I wasn't as close as I wanted to be, but you know.
We were close though.
We were close enough. It's like, it's funny shaped too. I don't know. It's got so funny shaped. It's okay. Alright, so I've got one more thing to do to this because it's not Ed Sheeran without his glasses.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna add some glasses on there.
Okay. Excuse me. It's your boy Eddie. Just want to come around here and tell you that I have an Australian accent now, alright? And crikey, how about some soap? Alright.
I thought you were good at accents, Bradley.
I'm shit at accents. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Alright, I'm trying to get his glasses on here. This is all melt and pour soap. Does he look good with the glasses?
Oh yeah, look at that.
I don't want to go like the librarian glasses. I'm trying to look them like guy glasses.
Guys can't be librarians? I didn't know about that.
You know, like the cat-eye looking glasses. They kind of come off that
I think
way.
they're too high. I think they gotta go a little lower. You put them too high on his head.
You don't need glass in the middle of his body.
Not in the middle of his body.
It goes under his head, which is his hair here. That's orange.
I know, I see that too, but
He doesn't have tattoos on his face either, but
he's not like a he's not like a lean rapper.
These are so cute. There we go.
That's great.
I'm making a mess all over myself here with the soap. It's not easy. There we go. Super neat. I love how this came together. Alright. So we got the orange hair. Check.
Check.
We've got
Guitar.
Check. Check. We
Glasses.
got tattoos.
Tattoos. Check.
Alright.
Glasses. Check.
Guitar check. Gingered smelling soap.
Double check.
Where's the doll?
Oh, yeah,
So if you guys are interested in purchasing this, it will be in the shop. Look, I got soap all over my hands. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section, down below. These will be for purchase on the Etsy shop on October 20th. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.
The one next door actually just opened up recently, like immediately next door. So that one might be yep, there's 25 change.
Yeah, I know. I only get to see each other one time.
And you're Cherry Hills Bob?
Cherry Hills Bob.
Donnie Sherry, and I'm okay. Hardware from Charlie Ridge.
Are you in this video? You're a goofball. Oh, there you go.